Hi everyone, welcome to Adventures of Trendy Bee. Good to see you all again and Happy New Year. How has the new year been treating you? Hope well. You keeping fit, eating right, being at peace with yourself and at peace with God. If you're doing all these things, then you're doing very well. But at the same time, don't be too hard on yourself. Walk at your own pace. Don't look at other people's pace because everyone is different. Just do you and try to be a better version of yourself. That's all you need to be. Today, I wanted to talk or touch on the topic of marriage. Being that I just recently got traditionally married or traditionally engaged. I don't know which one it is, but my bride price has been paid. And according to my Igbo culture and custom, I am now married. But yeah, not legally, but traditionally. So I wanted to touch on, I don't know, I'm not an expert in marriage, but I mean, the part of the topic of marriage I wanted to talk on is really, I think it's something that I can talk about as as a beginner, as a newly traditionally married person. Well, I'm not talking about like, the journey of marriage, but as a new person coming into marriage. I wanted to talk about what marriage means. What does marriage mean to you? What does marriage mean to me? I can't speak for anybody, but I can speak from my own points or from what I have observed or from the experiences of other people. There's a lot of my friends have been married for many years, or based off what people would have discussed with me, or based off what I've seen. Well, look, I'll just talk about my own feelings, my own perspective. What is marriage? What is marriage? What is marriage? In biblical terms, marriage means the coming together of two people to share their life together and to do things together, I guess. When you say two heads are better than one, to have shared goals. Shared goals? I don't know about that. But I guess to be able to work hand in hand and achieve greater things. So as a single person, that is what I believe it should be. If you were able to achieve like 10 things, it is expected now when you have a buddy, someone who is now a team with you, you should be able to achieve more. That's what I believe it should be. But what is marriage to you? What is marriage to people? Has marriage met that expectation? Is it expectation? Has it met your expectation? What were you hoping marriage to be? And when you got into it, what was the reality? What is my personal feelings about what marriage is, or how I would make marriage be for me? First of all, do I feel any differently since I got traditionally married? Has anything changed? If I have to be honest, nothing. Well, yeah, there's some kind of feeling of permanence, in the sense that at least you know that this person has made the commitment. So it's one thing for someone or for you to make that decision that you want to get married. Is another thing for the person you're getting married to honor that commitment. So commitment is not about saying it. Commitment is the action. So when you've made that decision, your action needs to prove that you're committed to it. So there's this, how do I feel? I feel, okay, now this person has made this decision, but let's see how the journey goes. Are they fully committed to it? But there's this feeling of, okay, now I know for sure that this person has decided to go on this journey with me. So there's no, those thinking at the back of your mind, what is this person's intention? Are they going to, are they not going to? At least your mind is settled in that regard. Well, my mind is settled in that regard. So that's one feeling. There's a slight feeling of, would I call it fear of the unknown? No, well, not fear of the unknown, because to be honest, we dated for a very long time. So, but a lot of people say dating is different from being married. But I feel like I've come into this marriage institution kind of a little bit very prepared, and I have an open mind towards marriage, in the sense that it's not a do or die affair, and it has to work for me, and marriage needs to add to me, not subtract from me. And these are all the things that one needs to discuss with their partner before they make that decision. You have to have all this discussion career-wise, and that's why it's very important to date. That's why courtship is really important. The person, your partner, needs to understand you, understand your vision, understand your career, understand your goal, understand your personality, understand your do's and don'ts. Likewise, you. That way, you don't clash in the future. That way, there's not any unexpected surprises, Or I work long hours, and he knows my work schedule. He knows my kind of job. It's not like in the future you'll be like, oh, like, I don't know about this, your long hours, like, you have to stop what? You knew all this before, and it's almost like an unwritten agreement, that we've had an understanding. Marriage should bring a better version of both of us. Marriage should not stop me, as the same way it shouldn't stop you from reaching your full potentials. It should actually expedite it. It should make it faster for you to reach your goals. You support me, I support you. We'll reach our goals faster in all ramifications, career-wise, emotionally, physically. I believe these are the kind of conversations like potential couples should have before they make the decision to fully commit to each other. Would I be doing anything differently now that I have made that decision to get married? Would anything change about me? It depends. For now, I still feel the same. I mean, I still have to wake up in the morning and go to work, run my business, go home, eat, sleep, wake up the next day, back to work. On the weekend, go out, have fun. Nothing has changed really in terms of my activities. But I guess when we decide to start a family, have kids, there might be some changes to the schedule to be able to accommodate a child. But for now, everything still looks the same. Now, the reason why it still feels the same is because I've done things at my own time. I didn't feel pressured. I didn't have motives to go into marriage. I made my own choice, my decision, and I did it at my own time. So hence, I just feel so cool, calm, and collected. No big deal for me. And that's how it should be. That is how it should be. What are my expectations for marriage? You know what? It's not advisable to have expectations. It is not. Having expectation is a recipe for, well, you can have expectation, but look, what are you basing your expectations on? Are you basing it off another person's story? Yeah. What forms your expectations? That's why I don't really advise people to have it. I mean, you can have expectation for a good quality marriage, but is it based off someone else's life? Because what you see out there is not really reality. You only see a version of people that people want you to see. You can never see the full picture. So if you can't see another couple's full picture, why do you have to build your expectation on a snippet version of their marriage? There's a recipe for disaster. I would rather say you should hope for just good things to happen, but also be realistic that nothing is perfect, and you should also be prepared for a few bumps on the road. Just be realistic and don't, in fact, to be honest, throw the expectation out the window, but just hope for good things to happen. But as always, if you want good things to happen, you have to also give out good things. And sometimes you have to show people how to treat you. It doesn't always work all the time. There are some people that they're jerks. No matter how nice you treat them, they treat you poorly. Those kind of people you must avoid by all means. Please don't tell me you've gotten married to someone that you know they're a jerk. No. And then you're hoping that, oh, you're not gonna be a jerk when you marry me. No. No. I'm talking about, okay, like in my regards, I know I've gotten married. I made the decision to marry a kind person, and that is one of the reasons why I have decided to go on this journey with him. Kindness is really top on my list. Kindness and ability for someone to feel empathy for you. I know for sure that if I'm in distress and I call this person, they're gonna be there to see what they can do to help me. Love is there, but kindness for me is above love. In actual reality, love should encompass kindness and so many other things. But in our world today, the way people define love is like likeness. You like someone. And the love that people define today is a temporary love. But when you go to the Bible and you read what love means giving your all, like Jesus Christ did. He sacrificed himself to save us. That's the greatest love, and that's the kind of love we should all emulate. But if we look at it in that standard of the Bible, the standard of Christ, then I would say love should be on top of the list. Because when you have love, or when someone has love for you, they will be kind to you, they will treat you right, they'll put your interest before their interest. Well, in life, it's good for you to be selfish and selfless. There should be a balance, and I don't believe that someone should be selfless all the time, and you should always give from an overflowing cup. Don't give from an empty cup, because that would lead to disappointment, depression, and all kind of ills. So in terms of sacrificing your all, please sacrifice your all when you have enough left for yourself. Don't sacrifice your all. It's only Jesus Christ that could do that. The rest of us, we're just mere mortals. So you know what? I always advise my younger brother, there needs to be a balance of selfishness and selflessness. You have to be selfish for yourself, for your own, and you also have to be selfless. You should be more selfish than selfless. I'm sorry to say it in this world, because the reason why I've said that is a lot of times we're giving our love from a place of emptiness. And then when you give out all your love, you don't have anything left for yourself. You be left empty and you become depressed, you become sad. So I always advise you take time out to love yourself. That's the selfish part of it. And also you make sacrifice for people when sometimes it's not always necessarily favorable to you. Once in a while you do that, but most times please be selfish. Or when you're being selfless, please give from a full cup. If you know your cup is not full, if you know you don't have enough for yourself, enough love for yourself, please, you have no business giving out love. Go back first and take care of you. When you're okay, then you have enough to give other people. All right, so back to what tops my list. Before I top my list for making the decision to settle with the particular person I've settled with. So I said in today's definition of love, I choose kindness over love. I would say I chose him because he was first of all kind, and then love was next to it. But in biblical term, I would say love encompasses kindness, and other good virtues. So yeah, that's basically it. I don't know if I was just rambling, but I hope what I've just said makes a bit of sense. Anyway, alright guys, talk to you later. Bye.